Hey gang, Mark Sweeney here at Austin Dental Spa in beautiful Austin, Texas, where we even got a little rain the last couple of days. So April showers bring May flowers. And if you've tuned in before, you know we do this every Wednesday for about 5-6 years running now. This is Wisdom Wednesday, where we try to bring you a little wisdom, lighten your day too, and we do it on Wednesdays because it's kind of the halfway point, middle of the week. If you've tuned in for the first time, we always do a scientific portion where I, tickle your fancy with some new information, hopefully interesting stuff that you can put to use in everyday life. We have a theme every month, and this month, as if you've noticed the coach mark, since baseball is starting, spring training, it's April, it's springtime, so we decided to have a theme for the month of April that it's spring training, and the subcategory is we want to help you knock it out of the park with your health and your wellness. So that's what we're doing this month, and I've got some interesting stuff for you. If you tuned in last week, if you're a regular, we talked about dogs and some interesting research on how dogs can actually make your life better and add years to your life, and we gave you the scientific research backing that up. Also, the month of April is Oral Cancer Awareness Month, so I'm bringing that up every week. You'll hear it again next week. Oral cancer is on the rise. Actually, among teenagers, you would think there's not as much smoking going on, and that's what everybody used to connect oral cancer with smokers. But smoking is actually on the decline, but HPV, human papillomavirus, is on the rise, and so as we discussed last week, that's causing an uptick in oral cancer diagnoses, especially on teenagers and early 20s. So that's something to be aware of if you feel strange lumps or bumps in your head and neck area, especially down your lymph nodes, and you don't have an infection or a sore throat, or if you have a sore throat that doesn't seem to be going away, red or white spots on the inside of your mouth that are off and on painful, those are all things that you should see your dentist or your doctor and point those things out and potentially even have them biopsied. So that's my spiel with oral cancer. We got one more thing. We, as you may know, have for the last 5 years, the American Statesman, the local newspaper, has done a contest. It used to be called the Best of the Best. Now they're calling it Community Choice Awards, and so they've changed things up. But they have 2 categories of interest to us: Best Cosmetic Dentist in Austin and Best Dentist in Austin. And they put them this year in 2 separate groupings. They used to both be in the same area, one right after the other. Twice we've won both awards. Every year for 5 years we've won at least one of them. Thank you for the voting. You can vote every day by going to statesman.com/contest, I think, and or best of the best, and you'll find it on the statesman.com. Every day, this is at-large voting, so from this voting round, they'll come up with 5 of the best in each category, and then they'll have another round of voting to pick the winners. And so it goes on like all summer long. But anyway, this voting round ends next Monday or Tuesday, so you've still got time to log on every day and vote. We would certainly appreciate your support in voting for us and taking that time. I did today. There's so many categories. You don't have to vote for every one of them, but if you've got favorites in Austin in different categories, feel free to go through the whole list and vote for your favorite car salesman, your favorite breakfast taco, your favorite outdoor dining establishment. They've got it all in there. So we would appreciate a vote for us. We're in the first section, the beauty and health for cosmetic dentists. You can vote for Mark Sweeney or Austin Dental Spa. Either one of them counts for us. And then the next category is like people and places or something, and it's got best dentist. So I don't know why they separated them. They didn't ask me before they did it, just like that express lane on Mopac. They didn't ask me if one lane was going to do it. I could have told them. So anyway, we're going to get into something really interesting today, something that comes from plants that can help you if you put it into your body or even on your skin. And no, it's not marijuana, the wacky tobacco. It is actually plant oils, essential oils that come from all these different plants. Now, I'm not going to go through every one of them, and we will talk about oil pulling a little bit at the end. But this is just essential oils come from the seeds, flowers, leaves, bark, and roots of plants. And they're the real thing. So they're not, you can't get synthetic essential oils. So you want to read the labels and make sure that it did come from the plant that is specified. But why is this important? Well, I didn't know this till we did this research. Lavender was actually used in hospitals before normal anesthetics, everyday stuff nowadays. But back in the 1930s and earlier, they didn't have antiseptics like they do now and antibacterial agents. So they actually used lavender to clean the hospitals. Lavender's also been shown to help with stress, pain relief, and to help you sleep better. So lavender and tea tree oil have been found to be hormone disruptors in young boys with constant exposure. Young boys typically don't smell like lavender or tea tree oil. They like that wacky tobacco that we were talking about earlier. But anyway, I thought it was interesting to throw that in. These things are that powerful that they can disrupt hormonal changes. So like with everything else, everything in moderation, follow the directions for use. But I thought it'd be interesting. From my friend Laura Lewis's book, we have some little play on words, sensible facts about the essential use of essential oils. In Japan, they did a study. It didn't say what year it was done. It just says 13 key punch operators, which I think right there dates it back to the 1970s or earlier. Key punch operators. I haven't heard that one in a long time. But this is interesting stuff. When they took 13 key punch operators that were all in the same room, and they were measuring their productivity. When they breathed lavender, their errors dropped by 21%. Just they infused lavender into the air in the environment they were in. Jasmine decreased the error rate by 33%. So lavender 21%, jasmine 33%, and lemon oil actually reduced errors by 54%. That's nothing else but a scent in the air. That's how powerful this stuff can be. Vanilla and almond scents can help you relax in a stressful situation. Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York did a study on 83 patients that were undergoing MRIs, and they found that if they had a vanilla scent or an almond scent, because usually with MRIs, at least 10% of people freak out being in that tube with that clicking sound, and they can't complete the procedure. At Sloan Kettering, the vanilla almond scent was used by patients to decrease their anxiety level by 62%. 62%. That's huge. Number 3, athletes have found that using certain oils such as lavender, rose, and vanilla almond oils help lessen their physical and psychological stress. I'd never heard that one before. That was new to me. Known as the king of oils, frankincense. Wondering why that was one of what the 3 wise men brought for Jesus. Frankincense can help with inflammation, mood, and sleep. Studies have shown that it also improves asthma and might help prevent gum disease. So that's frankincense. Number 5, peppermint oil. I've heard of this before. Peppermint oil can be an anti-inflammatory, an antifungal, and an antimicrobial. It eases headaches, fights fatigue, lifts your mood, reduces gut spasms, supports digestion, and supports memory. All those things from peppermint oil. Lemongrass is also a strong one. Lemongrass has a strong citrus scent, and it's known to help relieve stress, anxiety, and depression. So its antibacterial properties make it a good natural remedy for healing wounds and killing bacteria. And a study found that lemongrass oil helped reduce blood sugar in type 2 diabetes patients. So number 7, the last one, rosemary oil. I've heard of this one before too. Rosemary oil can provide benefits like improving brain function, promoting hair growth, reducing pain and stress, lifting your mood, and reducing joint inflammation. All those things from rosemary oil. So, there's plenty more out there. I mentioned oil pulling. I have patients come in that tell me that they put lavender oil or coconut oil in their mouth and they just let it sit there. They kind of swish it around for a while and then spit it out. And they claim that that's why their gums aren't bleeding, and it could be. I've seen studies that say that's complete and utter nonsense, and I've seen other studies that actually say there's some scientific evidence to support that. So, at the end of the day, you got to make your own decisions. Anyway, that's what I thought was interesting about essential oils. And my health tip for the week, we've done this one before, but it's been a little while, so I wanted to bring it back. There's one fruit that can help you with your memory. It helps with brain function. It's one of the few that has components that pass through the blood-brain barrier. And what is it? Blueberries. We covered this a couple of months ago. Blueberries, you eat a half a cup of blueberries daily, and it supposedly will help your brain function. So, simple enough. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you've learned something, and I hope you all have a good week. I'll see you again for the last version of April's Wisdom Wednesday, and we'll do one last knocking it out of the park spring training. So see you then. Bye.